Warning: what you are about to listen to is a huge ass spoiler for Demon Slayer Mugen Train. If you don't want to get spoiled, do not listen to this podcast. Everyone got it? Alright, let's get on with the show. Hello and welcome back to Beneath the Kotatsu. On this episode, we're going to be reviewing Demon Slayer Mugen Train, and we just recently watched it yesterday. Was yesterday the earliest you could watch it, or what, did it come out before that?
Thursday night. I think they had like a 7 or 8 p.m. air date for the first one. A lot of the movie theaters have actually stopped showing it in my area. Like today was the last day to see it, and I had to
Ah,
drive
okay.
like even further out if I want to watch it again.
Was the stop point like the last day you could watch it in the States on the 29th, right?
Yes, Thursday. That's
Okay.
the last day I see for tickets at least. It would be nice if
Okay.
you could see it later, but definitely this is one of those movies you got to rewatch a lot in
Yeah,
succession fast if you want to see it.
I think okay, so I watched it in dubbed and then you watched it in subbed, right?
Yeah, I totally drove out of the way like 45 more minutes than my regular movie theater, which is like 5 minutes away because they didn't have sub.
Well, I to get to the closest movie theater for mine was a 40-minute drive, and they only had dub, so I like if I wanted one that was in sub, I would have to drive maybe like an hour 20 or an hour 30 out of the way, and that's just getting there. So that's like a 3-hour journey. So 3-hour journey plus the 2-hour movie. I'm looking at least 4 to 5 hours just to watch a movie. That's a lot of that's a lot of time investment just to watch a movie.
You're not committed weeb. You could have made it into a journey and had like a little crow following you, yelling at you directions on stuff to do.
Look, for the money, the gas money, it would have taken me to drive there and back. I can save it up by the Blu-ray.
That's true. You definitely use that gas money on popcorn and snacks,
Oh yeah, I mean my ticket was super cheap. It was like $6.50 or something like that.
which is
And
ridiculous.
then
I don't even get
yeah,
prices like that. Mine
yeah,
was
so that's
twelve
why I splurged.
fifty.
Yeah, that's twice the amount of my ticket, but
Yeah, I think
uh
it was actually a little bit more than that with the convenience fee. I
did you
had to
buy it
look at
online?
my. Yeah, I did.
Ah, okay. I did not buy mine online. I bought it there, so it was just a flat 650, but there was only like uh I would say max maybe 10 to 15 people at the theater total, so it felt like I was
Uh,
just there solo.
Dude, I felt like I was solo. There was only 4 people there, and I purposely chose the seat next to theirs just to make it a little bit awkward.
I mean, I
Well,
mean, uh,
as close as they would allow because they got the social distancing seatings, so they'll like put you take one seat and the front seat, the back seat, left and right are X'd
blacked
off. You
out.
can't select those.
Yeah, it was the same for mine. Like, you can't select those, and then they're totally blocked out. And unless you're going as a group, if you're going as a group, then you can sit in a group. Uh,
Yep.
yeah. Uh, I think like yeah, I usually I never splurge on popcorn and drinks because I know it's a ripoff. Like it's a like 1,000% markup on it, but with the ticket being like $6.50, I was like, yeah, what? Why not? It's so crazy that the popcorn and drinks cost more than the freaking ticket. It was like $10 for a large popcorn and a drink, and I
I
was like,
would be okay doing that. I ate lunch before, so I was fine. But, given that it's a pandemic and,
yeah,
their business is down the drain, I
right.
felt, doing stuff like that I think is okay. Usually, hell nah. I don't want to support that, but I think they deserve the business, especially since we're getting anime movies like this.
Right.
When did it originally air? Like a few
Uh,
months ago?
yeah, I think maybe a month or 2 months ago, uh, when it originally aired. And I mean, like in regards to my movie theater, it's like it's it's not just a movie theater, it's also like a bowling alley and a restaurant. So it's like a multiple thing kind of put together. Like
My movie theater's like inside of a mall, and my other one has a bowling place next to it, but not part of the same building, and the same restaurants that you always have your Chili's, Ruby Tuesday, etc.
like an AMC. Like AMC's are
Yeah.
usually inside malls, so I do like going to AMC, but mine wasn't AMC. It's more like a I wouldn't say small time because it is a branch, but it's not as big as AMC or any of those.
What was it, Silverado or Cinemark, something like that? Regency,
No,
maybe?
you would know it. It's like it's probably like a handful of them, like only.
Most
And
likely.
yeah, and and okay, so let's just go a little bit into the movie. So I bet you like right when you finished the movie, did you like in your head was it like, oh, this is like a great movie? You gave it like a really high score, right?
Felt like it wasn't a movie. I felt like it was just like a really long OVA because it felt just part of the show. Usually with these types of movies,
Like a
they
string of
don't
episodes
matter.
almost.
Yeah, exactly. Usually shonen movies don't matter. Bleach movies don't matter. Naruto movies don't matter. You never see any of the special moves or anything like that. So it just felt like I was watching like I marathon a bunch of Demon Slayer episodes. I
Yeah,
wouldn't yeah, that's why I didn't call it a movie.
yeah, that's how I kind of felt too because um like during like the first 2/3 of the movie, it did feel kind of slow. Like okay, I could have just probably seen this like as an episode and not as a movie, and it would have been just as fine. And then the last third of the movie happened. I was so hyped for it. Like when I left the theater, I was like, whoa, that was a good movie. That was like definitely a 9. But after we've had some time to sit on it and think about it, um, my rating has really gone down like a lot compared to what
Well,
I
you
thought it
had the
was.
dub too.
Yeah, I had the dub, but honestly, I thought the dub was it was fine. It wasn't that bad. Um, like I bet it's probably better in sub, like way better in sub.
Oh
Um,
yeah, the screaming was top notch. I loved it. I want to see it in dub just to compare it. I haven't ever seen Demon Slayer in dub, so I wonder if it was the same cast.
what was that character's name? The fire hair guy? I forgot his name.
Rengoku.
Yeah, uh his voice actor for the dub was fantastic. He did a great job. The only thing I felt that was lackluster for the dubs were the screaming. Like whenever they screamed, it just sounded awful. Like it felt very like you're in a movie, you're in a sound booth, and the director's like, give me more of the nitty gritty, give me more. Like it felt very produced. It didn't feel
So
like
basically, not like Dragon Ball Z screams.
not at all. It didn't feel very guttural. It felt very like inside a sound booth.
Yeah,
That's the best
for
way.
the sub, definitely as you would expect. It felt like they were actually in the scene, screaming their guts out, in despair and excitement. So for me, it was top notch voice acting. But I still want to see the dub because I want to see how your point of view was.
Yeah, I mean, just wait for it to come out on Blu-ray and then just
Yep,
get it then.
that's what I'm gonna do.
But I like, would you actually recommend people go and watch this movie?
Yeah, you still have a few days. I'd drive out for it. I'd watch it in dub if you didn't have sub around.
Yeah,
Totally.
I 100% recommend it. Like even if you yeah, that's true. If you can't get it in sub, dub works just as well. Like you're I bet, did they get the same voice actors as they did for like the American dub?
That's what I
I
was
think
asking. Because a lot of times with licensing issues, they
right.
have that. Like I know, like Evangelion dub version versus the original dub version was different. That was an issue on Netflix, but I don't know
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
story for this.
Yeah, I heard about that. Wasn't there like a big complaint like after the DM or the what was this paper they signed? I forgot what it's called. Uh
NDA,
yeah,
non-disclosure agreement.
yeah, after the NDA was lifted, didn't like one of the voice actors come out and say like, yeah,
I think it was
they were
Tiffany Grant. I'm not sure.
it was something like
Tiffany
that, but
Grant was the
they
original Oscar of Yay for English.
yeah, she was saying like they Netflix whenever they re-aired on Netflix, they wanted them to use the original script and it was like super bad and they wanted like or maybe a new script. I don't remember. I think it was like the original script where it was really bad. They wanted to use the new script because it was better translated and better m- matched the anime. So
Yeah.
I don't know much about that story, but like for Demon Slayer, I felt like it was alright. Um, like there really isn't any like I'm like with Evangelion. There's a lot of like secondary meaning to whatever they say. For
Yeah.
for Demon Slayer, it was just a lot of screaming. It
Oh,
was
I
like
wanted to ask you specifically about dubbing and Rengoku. When he was on the train eating his bento, how did he sound?
uh awkward.
Like,
I
was it
but
umai, umai,
yes,
umai?
yes.
That's
He was like
exactly how it is in sub.
yeah, like it felt awkward, right? Yeah.
Like he was like happy, angry eating, and I was
Like
laughing.
every time he took a bite of the food, he was like delicious, delicious,
That's what he said.
delicious.
That's how he
Yeah,
said. Yeah, that's exactly what he said in Japanese, and that
yeah,
was the translation for it. Obviously, because umai is delicious.
yeah. It was like delicious, delicious. I was
That
like,
was weird. I was like, I don't. Everybody was just like looking at him like, who the hell is this psycho saying umai every time he takes a bite out of food? And they were watching it for how long was that? Like 30, 40 seconds? I loved it.
yeah. It was so awkward. Um, and okay, so let's go into the meat of the story for the movie. So overall, the movie picks up right after the end of the first season of Demon Slayer, where the crow comes and the crow gives him the mission to visit like a train or something like that, if I recall correctly. It's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah, they were to go help out Rengoku, uh, find out what's causing all the deaths on the train.
Right.
And they've sent other people before, but obviously they couldn't get the job done, so they sent a Hashira
Pro-
to
they
finish it
probably
off.
never came back, right?
No, definitely not.
Yeah. So they go to the train, they see what's going on, and then are um pretty much after like the meet and greet, they go straight into the main plot of the movie where the bad guy is in control of the train. He puts them to sleep, and then the bad guy takes these children with terminal illnesses.
Not
Uh,
all of them, just one.
what we don't know, maybe all of them have terminal illness.
No, they don't. These are like people, all of the people that he was controlling, they had reason to want to be in the dream. So,
Right,
like, for example, the guy punching the ticket was desperate to see his family again. I think they died or
right,
something like that. The same for the
something like
train
that.
conductor. And the
Yeah.
same for the other kids, they wanted to see their
Well,
family.
the train
The one
conductor,
with,
we don't know his story. He didn't say anything. He was like,
oh, that's true. I forget about him because,
yeah, he had like one line. That was it. He had one basic line. He was like, "Oh, you shouldn't be here," and that was it. But regarding the kids, maybe some of them have terminal illnesses. We don't know. They just we got like we
just the
got the
one had
single line. We got the
tuberculosis.
single line. Yeah. We that's all we can infer about the children is that they have some type of maybe illnesses or
I
they
assumed
want
it
to
was
get
just the one.
reunited. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
Did you
one,
think
maybe
it was
more.
kind of weird that they mentioned it, or not really? It felt natural because there's just a reason for him why he's doing that.
Like it's kids being kids, right? Like the kid mentioned,
Well,
like
the
the other kid
ticket dude
mentioned it,
wanted
so
it too. He was desperate, so they all had their
yeah,
reasons for wanting to be in their dream. Like Tanjiro doesn't need a. His reason would be to stay with his family in the dream, but he realized it was fake.
right.
Like,
Okay, so basically we got the one liner about the kids. They
yeah,
basically they want to be in a dream for like a happy dream forever, and that's their reason for helping this demon out. So the demon puts the demon slayers to sleep, and then he tells these kids you need to invade their dream, find these orbs
the
inside
spirit
their
core,
dreams. That what was it?
spirit core, I believe.
Spirit, yeah, the spirit core, which is basically just an orb, looks like an orb, like a small orb.
Yeah,
And then you're supposed to destroy them. And once you destroy the spirit core, their actual body or them, they die. So you don't really need to fight them. So it's pretty much one and done.
yeah.
So these kids invade their memories, and then you can kind of see. I really like this part because you can kind of see a little bit of about their background. Um, in like Tanjiro, we already know his background, but I really like seeing what was it, Rengoku's.
Zenitsu. Oh, Rengoku's. Yeah, Rengoku's. We didn't know anything about it, and they
Yeah,
just laid on us
yeah.
in this movie.
We didn't get jack shit about Zenitsu or Inosuke.
In the series, we did.
Yeah, like
Inosuke's
okay, in the
just a
series,
dude in
like
the
no. But when
mountains.
we were talking about the dream world, we didn't get jack shit from their dreams.
Well, we knew what to expect for Inosuke. He's a, having a
Dude,
fun time going on adventures. That shit was hilarious. I loved it. It felt
it
very Looney Tunes.
it was basically Looney Tunes. Like that's the
Inosuke
only
throughout the
way.
whole series was super Looney Tunes, like Bugs Bunny type of stuff, Elmer Fudd. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like he felt
I
like a cartoon character, not an anime character. Like a classic early 90s. I was like, this is fucking awesome. I love it.
it
He
was
felt like
so
a
weird.
proper movie version.
It,
Yeah.
it um, but I was actually expecting like because we know like nothing about Inosuke, because we only watch the anime. We haven't read any of the manga, so we don't know
And
anything about Inosuke.
also, it's been a long time since we saw the anime. I know a lot
Ex-
of people marathoned it prior to it, but I definitely didn't. I don't know about
yeah,
you.
I mean, it besides knowing that you need to go on the train, there's really nothing carrying you over from the anime to the movie. So, I mean, you can watch it. You don't need to watch it to actually fully enjoy it, but just to like fully take in like everything about the story, you can watch it maybe. But
You could go in and just watch it as an OVA, but you're gonna be lost for sure.
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
us when we saw what was that uh, Tenshi Muyo spin-off War on
yeah,
Geminar. That's basically what you'll be like. You won't know what the fuck's going on. What are these powers? Stuff like
yeah.
that. So
But
you
for
need to watch this
Tenchi,
show beforehand.
like Tenchi, you didn't need to know anything about it. Like it was enjoyable before. But for Demon Slayer, I feel like you do maybe need to watch it to because they talk about a lot of stuff that you won't really know what they're talking about unless you
Yeah.
watch the anime, like the sword colors or their special moves or stuff like that.
They do
Um,
plug it uh when they're when the train boss is dying, they do plug the characters. Oh, these characters are so
the
awesome.
the boss plugs
Yeah,
the
like
good guy,
that was exactly an advertisement for the show. That's how I took it. I was like, this is so fucking weird. They just have
right?
like a still image of the character in a cool dynamic pose, and the
Pose.
boss is spewing about how cool he is. Like I don't, dude, it felt so out of place. That was probably the biggest part of the movie that was weird to me.
It was it's basically like it's like the main bad guy. He's like getting killed or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, I am now gonna die." But now a message about Raid Shadow Legends or something like. It's just an advertisement out of nowhere
That's
about the good
definitely
guy.
how it felt. Like you know how when you have animes that finish, it's like, oh, if you want to find out more about the anime, please read the manga.
Yeah.
If you want to find out more about the anime, please watch the anime.
But yeah, I was feeling like I wish we got more background regarding like the Nitsu and Inosuke. Um,
I
like
thought
in their
there was
dream.
gonna be more. I'm surprised it was so short.
You mean the dream, like about the dreams, or what do you mean
How
short?
there's like the interaction with the. I suppose it wasn't too short. Uh,
Like the dream world?
yeah, because they definitely spent a lot of time on Tanjiro's, but he's the main character of the show, so that's fine.
Right. Right. Yeah. Like wait, with the Nitsu, it was just him and Nezuko running in a field, and with Inosuke, it was just him and the other three other three main characters
Exploring on a
exploring
adventure.
like yeah, it was basically like if they got isekai and they were like in an isekai world or something.
No, you know what that was? That was like those 3 minute shorts at the end of an anime after the credits,
Right.
and they do their little chibi theater. That's what it was.
Yeah, it could have been like an end credit thing. It was funny.
But it was awesome. I really enjoyed that.
Um
Think now that I we talk about it, it feels like it was a sufficient amount of time because they already went over their character stuff in the show,
all
so
right,
it didn't
yeah.
have to be fast. It didn't have to be
Um
long. The amount of
no,
time
not
they
at
given was
all.
sufficient.
Yeah. But we are getting back to the point where it could have been just like 6 episodes, like 6 regular anime
I would have
episodes.
probably preferred it to be honest with you.
Like
Like this didn't feel like a movie at all. Like I expected, in these shonen anime when Naruto does the special Rasengan you never see in the show.
Right.
or Bleach pulls off the Bankai that doesn't exist anywhere, that the
Right.
director just farted out of his brain. Uh, yeah, so I mean, what I liked about this over other shonen movies was that it mattered to the story, and it's gonna the actions that transpire are gonna resonate throughout the rest of
The
the show,
anime.
ripple out.
Yeah. That's a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah, that's
So
why
the
it
good
felt like it was just supposed to be 6 episodes.
right, like the good thing is that yeah, it'll carry over, but the bad thing is that not everyone's gonna watch the movie.
Yeah,
Um, so I don't know how that's gonna translate over to season 2 of Demon Slayer, but maybe
well, it's
they'll
just
just
gonna
do
be
like
the
a quick
fallout from you know the death of
yeah,
Rengoku. It's
yeah,
gonna
like
lead. It's gonna basically map out the storyline for Tenjiro, how he's gonna hone his fire powers.
no, but I'm talking about like are they just gonna do like a big recap of the movie for
They
people that
don't
are
have
watching the
to.
anime?
They could just pick it up where it was.
You have a
What they
legit
might do?
you have a legit character dying in the movie. That's a big deal in the anime. How are you gonna not talk about it in the anime?
Man, I'm like catch 22 on that because in a lot of American shows they just do like a recap before the
Right.
season starts. They might do that. What Japanese anime movies do, like Gundam Unicorn, that was like what 3 movies or something like that. They converted it to a show. There was also a Gundam. I think it was something about Charles Aznavour. They made that into series. So they might just convert the movie into a set series of episodes before the next season of Demon Slayer, whenever that is. I have no idea.
I maybe like I know Evangelion kind of maybe do that as like an Evangelion thing where they'll
Evangelion has its own movie. These are like separate. It was a reboot. It's not
yeah,
related to the main show.
but I could see them just doing like a basic like like an episode 0 like an episode 0 recap. I can see them do that.
Oh yeah, they could totally do that. Or 3-minute recap. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
They'll just show
I,
a big ass hole in Rengoku's stomach. Yeah, yeah, here we are.
that's
Or
just
no,
it. That's
it'll
done.
be hole inside of Rengoku's stomach. So you must be wondering what I did to get here.
Oh
Just
my god.
no, it'll start out with the upper demon, his face, like the cameras behind Rengoku's back. So you must be wondering what I did to get myself out of the sticky situation, and it shows him running away with the sword inside of him.
Yo, let me talk about the sword real quick,
Oh,
okay?
okay.
So Tenjiro goes through like what 5 or 6 episodes of him like getting the metal to craft his sword, and it's so fancy.
Yeah.
And at the final battle, when the demon's running away, Tenjiro legit just yeeted his sword into the demon, like, and it stabs the demon through the body, right? And the demon's not dead; he's still running away.
Dude,
What's his sword?
he didn't just throw it. He freaking launched it as like a little rocket launcher or a Roman candle. There was like
Like
firepower behind it,
if I could
legitimately.
compare it to like anything, it's like when the I think it was Unit 2 threw the Longita spear or whatever.
Yeah,
That that's what I would like compare it to. Like he legit
definitely,
like
100%. Same vibes, same
yeah,
energy.
he just he threw it right in the demon, and I'm like, and in my mind I'm like, so is does the demon have the sword now, or does he need a new sword,
I
or
would imagine they would be forced to make him a new one, or they're gonna have some sort of arc, get Tanjiro's sword back. But I doubt the Michael Jackson final boss guy would let him have it back. There's no
um
way. He's fucking
he probably
lost
just
it.
dropped the sword. Honestly, like I don't think a demon's gonna keep a sword in his body for
They
for him
could.
running
I
away.
don't see
But
why not.
what if like the sword's enchanted with some type of I don't know spell or something that causes like extreme
GPS.
pain?
It has a little sword beeper whenever he presses it in the parking lot. Tanjiro's able to find it. They don't want to
You know
let the
how
hidden base be found out.
like you know how like in the anime like demons
Yeah,
hate wisteria like the flower the plants or whatever, right?
yeah.
What if that type of thing is like imbued in the sword where they don't like that kind of stuff near them, so they they
Oh,
get rid
that's
of it as
true.
fast.
He also needed to take it out so he can recover his health, but it's just one in his chest. It's not like it's almost this Rengoku sword that was like halfway in his throat. That's the one that mattered for him to take out.
Dude,
Not
that
so
was
much
such
the
an
black
epic.
Tanjiro sword.
Yeah, that fight was epic. Okay, before we talk about the big fight at the end, let's talk about the original boss of the show, Enmu.
Total afterthought, just like this conversation. We completely skipped over him.
Yeah, because it that part felt like it felt like it didn't need to be in a movie. It felt like it just could have been regular episodes like
Three
um
episodes at most, not
yeah, three.
six. Three
Nah,
episodes for the train arc. That's it.
nah. It
I
depends
mean, it
on
makes sense that they made it in a movie because it was so short, but
like it depends on who you get to do the anime. Like people who did One Piece, fucking drag it out to 60 episodes, man.
oh man, 2 years, dude. The Flamingo train arc. That was a total like I watched that week by week. It was pure torture.
I don't know. Like honestly, you could watch like maybe two, like the final episode, and they'll recap whatever happened in the last 2 years for you.
They
Don't worry
basically
about it.
did.
Yeah. But regarding the train demon, like basically he put them to sleep and he tries to kill them. He doesn't kill him. Oh, big surprise. He merges with the train, and then he's trying to kill everyone on board to
Well,
take
he
their
was
souls or
always merged with the train.
no, he did it right when they were asleep.
Oh, is that
Like
when he did it?
yeah, he did it right when they were asleep, so so he could kill them and take their souls or what
Oh,
whatever.
okay.
Um, to my extent, whenever let's say the kids did succeed in their plans, right?
hmm
He was probably just gonna straight up kill them, right? Yeah,
For
that's
he
my
was
guess.
definitely gonna kill him.
Yeah, he
That's
was
what he
just gonna
did with
straight
all
up.
the other demon slayers that came before them off
No, no, no,
screen.
no. I'm talking about the kids, the little kids.
Oh, he most definitely. Didn't he kill
Yeah,
the he was trying to eat everybody on the train that would include the kids. Like
yeah, yeah.
he said
So,
like
but I'm saying
so what?
like the promise of him putting them into like their perfect dream. That was just straight up a lie,
He's
right?
a
Or do you
demon,
think he
dude.
was
It's
gonna do it?
total bullshit. No way. Didn't he also say he admitted to the fact that he also before he kills them, he shows them a nightmare, and that's what
Oh,
he's trying to do to Tanjiro during the fight.
no, no, not a nightmare. Before he kills them, he puts them to like a perfect dream that they want to be in, and then they when they wake up, they think they're in a dream, but it's a nightmare for them, because everyone around them is dead, and he likes seeing the faces of like their faces of waking up from a blissful dream into like a nightmare, like in the real world.
Something like that. Yeah, but he puts them through a nightmare, then he kills them. He was totally
Yeah,
gonna kill him. There's no way he was gonna live up to his promise. He's a
yeah.
demon, dude.
Before we go into like that like the train fight or whatever. Um, Man, I wanted to give a big shout out to the scene where they go into the dream and they had to like rip open subconscious and see what their subconscious is gonna be like. And
Yeah,
Tenchiro's subconscious was that scene was amazing. It was
super
wow.
pretty,
Yeah,
super pretty,
it was it was some of the most like um
breathtaking sights.
I think the reason why it hits you so hard is because first they bring you into Rengoku's um subconscious where they rip they go out of the dream world and go into a subconscious, and it's basically just like a
Chaos,
land of fire.
fire, and
Yeah,
his
fire.
father like chastising. You gotta train, tiger dad, tiger mom. You gotta train harder, stuff like that.
No, no, no.
Th-
His dad wasn't a tiger dad.
Wasn't he,
His
or was it the
No, no,
mom?
no. It wasn't the mom either. His dad was basically completely out of it when his mom died. His
Oh,
mom was basically telling him that you have to, because you're strong, you have to be strong for everyone.
so he
So
was his own tiger person.
yeah, like he himself took his
His
advice
own tiger
personally or
person.
whatever. Yeah, and he was trying to do all this stuff to impress his dad, but his dad basically is out of it once his mom died.
I mean, to
So
me, the impression that I got that he was just drowning himself and trying to figure out how to get stronger.
um no, no, no.
Because he was a
He
Hashira, right?
He was a Hashira because of the advice his mom gave him. His mom was like,
No, but
do you know
but
why you're
Rengoku's
strong?"
dad is who I'm talking about.
No, no, Rengoku's dad, he's not even part of it. He's just trying to be strong, be to get some feeling out of his dad because his dad has completely lost all feeling
No, what
for.
I'm saying is Rengoku's dad was reading all those texts. He always had and
Mhm.
not paying attention to Rengoku because
Right?
he wanted to get stronger, to achieve something higher, and
No, no,
thus ignoring Rengoku.
no. His dad wasn't strong. His dad used to be a Hashira, right?
Yeah,
Once
so he
his
was
mom
strong,
died, he was strong, but once his mom died, he quit being Hashira, and he just stopped caring about the world.
but they didn't. They just showed us like a little peek, though. It could have been that he was trying to get, jacked on that
No, no,
delicious
no.
spirit key.
They tell you about it. They tell like when he was talking to his
Full
brother.
disclosure, I only slept 4 hours before the night before because I was super excited to watch this movie. So and I was falling asleep while they were where they were falling asleep too, but like reading all the texts. So my mind might be a little easy on the facts
his,
on the
his
first part of the movie.
yeah, his dad was basically like a sloth at that point. He didn't really care for anything. Like
Oh, so basically Umaru-chan,
uh
Himoto Hashira-san,
no, not even like he
Himoto
just.
Hashira's dad. I don't even know what the title would be. I'm trying to make up something, but I'm failing.
I'm just trying to explain it,
I know.
to
I'm just trying to meme.
but yeah, like he basically wanted to live up to his mom's expectations. Like his mom was like, do you know why you're strong?" And he's like, "No, why am I so strong? Is because the reason why you're so strong is because you have to use that power to protect other people. So that's why he became a Hashira like his dad."
Oh, I
And
thought it was you're strong, so you have to help out the weaker people.
it's
Something like
something like
that.
that.
My
Yeah, yeah,
mind's
yeah.
fit. See, this is why you need to watch it like 5 times to fully enjoy it.
But yeah, that was just a small part, right?
Yeah.
So so whenever they invade the dream, they're in a fire world. And then on the opposite hand, when the kid invades Tanjiro's subconscious, he rips open the dream, and you're in like the most, how do I say it, like the most surreal.
Picturesque, cozy
Uh,
little area
if I would
with
have to describe it, like, do you remember what's that one anime, the one with the typewriter, the girl with like the middle arms and the typewriter?
no, I
Um,
don't remember that at all. I remember an
it was
anime
on
with
Netflix.
so when
Let
you're
me see.
saying girl with metal arm, I'm immediately thinking about Decadence, where there's a girl with one metal arm but no typewriter.
Violet Evergarden.
Okay, yeah, see, I didn't watch it.
Oh, you didn't watch it?
Yeah, I don't know
Um,
why I didn't watch it. I really want to watch it, but I always keep on pushing it back because there's so many anime to see every week.
so basically in Violet Evergarden, there's this scene where she leaps across the water, and it was like the most surreal scene ever. It's basically that scene, um, expanded to a very large area. It
And
was so
Infinity
amazing.
basically is what it looked like.
Yeah, I mean, it was so amazing that the kid who invaded Tanjiro's dream just forgot about killing him, and he was like, and he just broke down crying because he didn't expect someone to have such a beautiful, like, pure-hearted soul.
Yeah, like
Um,
he saw like the whole thing with his family and stuff like that. And didn't he
yeah,
also see like the death of his people? Like didn't wasn't he also shown that or was he not? I
no,
don't
no, no,
remember that
he was
part.
shown that, but it was near the end.
Oh, but
So
after the kid saw the thing though. So
yeah,
separate.
it was after. Yeah, it was
Okay.
separate. So what happened was Tanjiro um gets a message from his dad, which
hmm
was really weird, like in the dream. And did you ever play Star Fox?
Some of them, which ones?
60, like Star Fox 64?
Yeah, I did.
Did you ever get to the final boss, like the real final boss?
Yeah, the monkey dude.
Yeah. You know the part where you kill the monkey dude, and then the end of the boss is like, "If I'm dying, I'm taking you with me."
Right.
And then your dad, like a ghost of your dad, comes out of nowhere and like shows you the correct path to exit out of
Okay, I don't
the.
remember that, but okay.
It was basically that. It was like a ghost of his dad pops up out of nowhere and tells him like, if you want to get out of this dream, you have to slice something within your reach. And Tanjiro figures out, oh, I gotta legit kill myself.
I don't know how he came to that conclusion, but he definitely did. I don't know
I
how
mean,
he remembered it each time he had to do it.
because it gets easier and easier because he
Oh
knows
yeah,
he's in
because
a
he's
dream state.
more awake. Yeah. Well, you have
Yeah,
your REM sleep and what other type of sleep?
Rem and Rem and Ram.
REM and RAM sleep. Oh, okay, it's freaking Subaru. Oh my god, dude! I didn't know I was watching
Ray
ReZero.
Zero. So
It
yeah,
basically is, wasn't it? A little ReZero cameo.
yeah. So he slices heads off and he heads on top of the train. And
Yeah,
I thought this part was amazing where he's charging at the demon, and the demon's like, "I'm gonna put you to sleep again." So he throws a spell that puts Tanjiro to like to sleep like while he's running.
constantly.
Yeah, can't like he does it the first time, and then like Tanjiro like slips for like half a second, and then he reawakens, and then he does that multiple times, and then the demon goes into like this Raid Shadow Legend explanation about how Tanjiro is so OP because every time he puts Tanjiro to sleep,
Dude, he was putting
he
in the good work. He's putting him over. He's a good brother.
yeah, like Tanjiro's like legit just slicing his head off. Like he's committing suicide every time he's put into this dream state.
Yep.
Um and and he like kills a demon, but surprise surprise, that's not the demon's real body. The real body is the train, and they basically kill the train like
The train
after
is alive.
yeah,
Starring
like
Keanu Reeves. I could totally see
the
that being a 50s movie.
yeah, like the only thing I can say about the train is that it was probably the only
Shitty
bad
looking.
the only thing I can say, yeah, was that it had bad 3D. That was the only thing I say
I mean,
bad
that's
bad
part of
about
the
it.
quest for the 3D, isn't it? Like it was, I definitely noticed all the 3D before that. And I'm sure there's well-made 3D that we don't notice that they use for the animation techniques. But just us normies, the train was the more than the train, the tentacles look super bad,
Yeah, it was kind of jank, right?
super jank. I don't know what they were thinking with that.
I mean, you
You don't really
if
have to
they
hand draw that though. It's just a tentacle. You know what a tentacle looks like, or a glob monster.
yeah, I mean probably would have put a lot of work, right, if they hand drawn that. So I get
Yeah,
that they did that in
yeah,
3D.
unnecessary to hand draw it now that I think about it, because it's just a fucking
Yeah,
tentacle. You don't care. Plus, that's
I
not
mean
the
the
meat
train.
of all the animation. You
Yeah, I
want
mean the
your
train was already in 3D, right?
Yeah, it
So
was. So
I
you
mean
care about the sword effects and the sword slashes, not the train, how it
they were
looks.
beautiful.
Thomas the
Yeah,
Tank Engine, dude. Oh my god,
like
my favorite.
like the train thing, I don't care about. Like, okay, they killed the train. Big whoop. Okay, done, done and done. Now we get to the most shoehorned battle ever. It was so out of nowhere, but I loved it. I
I
loved it
know.
so much. So this is the fight between Rengoku and A-
Akaza.
Akaza.
Yeah,
Um, and and he is like the top third or something demon. So
it says
like,
upper three on it. Yeah,
does that mean like he's like
top
the
three.
top, like the number three demon under
Yep, just
Michael
like the
Jackson?
Bleach captains. He was the
Yeah.
third head honcho.
Okay. So basically, yeah, it was very shoehorned. It was out of nowhere. Like he just arrives, and I think that's why this movie is so good is because of that battle. Because if it just ended at
I thought it
the
was just
train
gonna end
scene,
at the train. I was disappointed when I didn't see a super special Tanjiro move other than, a basic
exactly,
fire slash.
exactly. Like if that was just it, I would be like,
Well, Inosuke's effect looked way better than
uh,
Tanjiro's when he was doing his extra effort slash.
oh, like the little,
He
yeah,
had
but
to open up the neck bone for
but
Tenji to slash it.
there wasn't really any crazy animation. It was just like straight physical attack. But I love seeing like the fire effects and the water effects because they look like
We're saying there wasn't any crazy animation, but like the animation for Demon Slayer, like the normal stuff
the
looks really good compared to everything else. So I
yeah,
think we're being a little bit unfair. It looked great. It just wasn't, rainbow colored uh Rasengan with windmill shuriken shapes coming out of the circle
like the
with the
animation
aioli
overall.
garnish. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like the animation overall was like an 8, but whenever they did like their sword effect, it was like a 10. So
So, yep. It was
I'm
an
not saying the
11.
animation was bad, but yeah, I'm just saying like
It's just
they
us
they
being spoiled wanting more out of Demon Slayer when it already gives us that.
a lot, yeah. But regarding the fight, oh my god, man, some of the best OST ever. Like the music when they were like fighting, that like chanting in the background, like ah, like it just every time like the sword clashed, the chanting like it increased, and I was like, oh my god, this music is amazing. I need this music now.
I'd had
I
to
would
re-listen to rewatch the movie to remember it because it was. I remember the guitar part, but I don't remember the chanting.
yeah, it was like it was fantastic. I think that's I'd definitely pay
It,
more money to go rewatch it again. It's
yeah, when
definitely
the guitar started, I was like, "What the fuck is going on? The guitar? This is so weird." I was like, "Who's this fucking, Shin Megami Tensei 3 looking kid with tattoos all over his body?"
right.
Yeah,
I
you've seen it's on the promo art for Steam. You've seen it, right? It looks like him.
yeah, it does. Um,
What did you
so
think about his design personally? Just as an aside,
lackluster, I guess,
it
right?
looks super weird to me. I mean, he's a demon, but
His
that's not what I was expecting at all out of. He's
is
like
it
a
me or
monk.
does his ability kind of feel meh to you?
He reminds me of that dude that punches so fast he cuts air and uh, not Samurai Champloo, Samurai X or whatever the other name for it was, Rurouni Kenshin.
Uh oh,
Yeah, he's just
yeah,
a
kinda.
monk fighter. Punches so hard he breaks the wind.
Yeah, like yeah, he's able to like wind punches.
Yeah, he reminds me
Like
of Sagat from Street Fighter, if anything, mixed with
I
Piccolo from
like
Dragon Ball Z.
compared to all the other demons, he didn't really have anything showy about him, right? Besides being able to like fight really well.
Yeah, but you already know that's gonna make for some amazing fight scenes down the line.
Oh, most definitely. I it's probably just because I'm spoiled by the other demons, like the one that uses like a ball or a yo-yo or
The
you know what I
one that
mean?
the drum to make the room, that was my favorite fight in all Demon Slayer so far.
Oh, the one that switches rooms.
Yeah, it was so cool. I loved that gimmick.
Yeah, that was pretty
I
cool
think
too.
I enjoyed that more than the final fight in the original season.
I don't even recall what the final fight was, to be honest.
It was I'm surprised you say that because that was honestly one of the best drawn scenes in all of anime,
I
especially
mean,
for
it's been
that
a
year.
while. It's been a while since I
It
watched
was
it,
where
so.
Tanjiro tag teams with his sister to do the exploding fire thing to make the sword go faster. And
Oh,
it had that
the
music
spider
playing.
boss,
Yep.
the
Spider
spider
Rider,
boss.
dude.
Um,
Calling all I'm gonna get us DMCA'd with Spider Rider's theme.
um, I mean, yeah, it was alright. I think probably the best drawn part of that was Zenitsu's like battle with the spider thingy, but yeah, that was kind of meh in general
Zenitsu,
too.
part of the. Oh yeah, I forgot about that in the show. That was super cool.
Oh, I forgot you forgot about it. It was so well drawn.
The use of 3D was immaculate.
This is stupid. But overall, I love that fight. I love the will of the
Tanjiro,
uh, no Rengoku's will to keep fighting. Holy crap, it was so crazy.
bro,
Like
straight up had a hole in his stomach and he was
to
flexing
keep the
on them
demon.
haters to keep him in place.
So yeah, basically like at
Them
the end of the
abs.
movie, yeah, at the end of the movie, the demon they do this one final attack where the demon like slams his fist into Rengoku's body, and instead of like just straight up die, Rengoku's like, okay, sure, yeah, you have your fist in my body, and he flexes his like abs or whatever to keep the demon from removing his hand, while the sun is slowly coming up to kill the demon, and the demon's like, oops, I gotta go, and the Rengoku's like, nope, and he takes his like sword and he slams it into like the demon's neck, and it goes in like maybe like half an inch, and like the entire time, the demon's trying to get his hand out, and Rengoku's just trying to like dig the sword deeper in his neck. Um, And eventually the demon's like, "Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna rip my hand off. I'm just gonna because I can regrow it instantly." He rips off his hands, and Rengoku just falls to the floor, and then he's running off into the forest where he can get cover from the sun,
And he's doing that
and
with a sword halfway in his neck at that point.
yeah, and
Did he break off the
and
sword at that point?
I think so. I think it like got no, yeah, I think the sword broke off because I remember specifically like the sword. I can't recall if the sword broke before or after
Hmm.
um Rengoku getting the the fist in his body. He was using like the stump of the sword to hack at his neck,
Something like
but
that, yeah.
um that's the part where Tanjiro like yeets his sword into the demon's body when he's running away in the forest. And that's the end of the movie. That's
Dude, I
it.
can't wait for the OVA of the Sword's adventure. It's gonna be like the brave
Uh
little toaster going back to Tanjiro.
wait, what?
Cause he remember we were talking about it. We don't know if he's gonna get his sword back or if the demon's just gonna run off with
Like
it.
you just want to see what the
Yeah, I
where
want to
the
see what
sword thing
happens.
goes. Honestly, he's
This is like Lost, dude. Oh my god, the bunker, the smoke monster. This is the sword, the great
it,
mystery of Demon Slayer
it's probably just gonna be like
laying on the floor.
half a mile, yeah, half a mile in the forest. He's just gonna grab it.
Probably
And that's
casually
just it.
grabs it.
All right. So overall score, what would you give the movie?
8.2 out of 10.
Really? That's
Yeah,
pretty
dude. I mean,
pretty
I'm
pretty
probably
high.
biased because
I
this is my first anime movie watching in the theater.
that
Definitely eight, if not 8.2, solid 8, 7.8 at the lowest. So I'd go with average and say
I'm
8 out of 10.
I'm I was gonna give it a 7.5, but maybe I'll bring it up a little bit because the animation was really nice.
If anything,
Uh,
the anime felt better drawn than the movie for some reason to me. But I'm just basing that off the
no,
last
it
episode versus the movie.
no. The movie was way over, but maybe it's just because your screen was bad. Like the movie theater was bad because mine was amazing. Like this.
That's true. The area that I went to was not the best. There's like potholes everywhere. I saw a truck accidentally drive over the whole grass median. Half of the mall was like closed down.
Oh God.
Yeah, Sears, old ass Sears closed.
I guess for my rating, I give it maybe lowest. I probably give like a straight 7.5. Highest is an 8, so
That's
between
still a good
7.5 and an
score.
8. It's a good score, but
And a 9 or a 10 would be like an Evangelion final movie whenever we get to see that.
whenever that happens.
I'm like pre-scoring it 9 out of 10 just because it's Evangelion. I'm such a fanboy.
Did you ever watch the Konosuba movie whenever that came out?
Not in theaters. I watched
Oh,
it online later.
okay. If let's say you did watch it in theaters, what score would you give that?
That's hard to say, dude.
I'd probably give it a 7. It
Yeah,
was all
it
right.
wasn't the like I couldn't compare it to Demon Slayer at all, so it was definitely like a 7.3 or something. It was
It
funny,
was a
but
good movie. It was funny, but
I enjoyed the
yeah.
series a lot more. Like I notoriously don't like watching anime movies for some reason. Like
hmm
I'll watch the shows for days on end, but for some reason I just never watch anime movies. Like
I,
I never seen Akira. I haven't seen many of the Ghibli movies for some reason.
I
Just
love the
Kiki's
Ghibli
Delivery
movies.
series, but yeah, that's my
Yeah.
just like a complete. So my score is like a complete normie, I guess.
I mean, eight. 8 is a good score for an anime movie, especially one that's we rarely get in the states because
Oh my
usually
god,
when
dude!
you're watching,
I'm so glad I paid to see this in theaters. I want to,
yeah.
you know, give them money when they do good business decisions. Stuff that interests me more than anything. So I'm hoping they get
Um.
that Eva movie, and I'm sure they will, because if they got the Konosuba one, we're gonna get more big hitters.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Do you? So they said that Demon Slayer made more money than some of the Ghibli movies, right? Do you
Did it?
think it's? I think so.
Well, keep in mind that
Do you?
Demon Slayer is
Yeah,
huge,
yeah, yeah. That's what I was gonna
and
ask you.
those
Is like, do you
Ghibli
think it's
movies weren't they
because?
like dubs and stuff like that? Or is
Yeah,
it like the bad ones that you didn't like? Because you remember you said you didn't like Ponyo or something like that. And
No, I think it grows more than like um some of the more popular Ghibli movies.
But that's not fair to say because the time that those were released were a heck of a long
Yeah,
time
that's
ago.
that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying is like,
anime wasn't nearly as mainstream. Like, remember when we were talking to Ray, how she was
oh,
saying how
so Demon
anime,
Slayer is actually number one.
like for everything, like Mortal Kombat
Yeah,
included?
it beat Spirited Away, Your Name, Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh, but that's for Japan.
I mean,
I thought we were
that's
talking about
crazy.
America for a second.
No, no, no. I'm talking
Okay, yeah,
overall.
never mind. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so I'm looking at the list of highest grossing anime. What world? No, it's worldwide. This is worldwide.
Worldwide.
Yeah, Demon Slayer is number one,
But
and then
like, is
for high
this?
grossing,
Sorry to cut you off. Quick question: is the release date for the Ghibli ones like decades ago, like 90s? Because
no,
anime wasn't
2000s.
mainstream back then. Like even 2008, that was like
Like
barely starting to gain mainstream acceptance.
like it beat Your Name, and that came out in 2016.
That's surprising. Yeah, I did read that one. I was like, how? It's fucking Demon Slayer. That's how.
Yeah, so Demon Slayer, um, highest grossing anime film in Japan, it's also number one.
Damn, more
So
than Evangelion, and they have
Evangelion's at 14. It's at
what?
14. Yep, it's at
I mean,
14, and Demon Slayer number one.
this is me putting too much into the Evangelion basket. I feel defeated.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't
My
it?
sports team lost.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, that's mind blowing.
But I'm just saying that. Do you think this is like a the
I mean, it's here to stay, dude. They're gonna keep on making as much Demon Slayer as possible.
no, 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 no. What I'm saying is that do you think the reason why Demon Slayer is at number one is because a we don't usually get a lot of shonen anime, like big shonen anime movies,
Well,
and
this is also the.
b
Go ahead.
like b because it's 2020.
Yeah, because
It's
it's coming out of the pandemic. Well,
yeah, it's coming out of the pandemic,
this
and
aired like late last year in Japan, so I don't know what their situation was over there, but I'm glad they postponed it for us because nobody would have seen it.
yeah, I mean, I feel like this is also like a production of like just being able to hit like do you think if they made like a um what do you call it, My Hero Academia movie, you think it'd be very popular as well?
They did make a My Hero Academia movie, and it's
Oh
not on
really?
that list.
It's not on this list, so
And the
it,
fucking
it
movie didn't matter because it's, another shonen movie that cool shit happens in it doesn't reflect the main story. I assumed. I
yeah,
didn't watch the movie. It was like All Might when he was younger, so I'm sure, maybe there's
it
an
probably
Easter
wasn't
egg in
as
the
cool,
show.
right? Yeah, it
I
probably wasn't as
I
cool.
wasn't interested. Like I watched the Demon Slayer movie because it's fucking cool.
Yeah, it has good music. It has good I can't say I'm sure you can attest to that it has good voice acting.
Yeah, definitely, 100%, a million.
I mean, it
I'm
had
sure
pretty
the
good
My Hero
American voice
Academia one
acting.
had good voice acting too, but
I'm sure they
we gotta
just used the
watch it
original. Yeah, they probably just used the original VA, so
for sure.
don't
Why
it
wouldn't
don't
they?
matter. Yeah, I'm just so blown away that this it hit number one. Like,
Dude, like
um,
I've seen like people, YouTubers that have no inkling of knowing what anime is, like Demon Slayer.
like I feel like Demon Slayer is like that one show everyone kind of gets into because everyone
It's
like
very
all your friends
accessible.
know about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
it's
Is it
art,
on
dude.
Netflix?
It's pure art.
Is it on Netflix
Demon
or is
Slayer?
it like
I
Crunchyroll only?
Yeah, I believe it's on Netflix. I could check right now if you want me to.
Yeah, yeah. Just check it real quick because it that also might be a product of how why it got so popular. But yeah, I mean I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, but it's so crazy seeing Demon Slayer beat Spirited Away
It's
and Your
definitely on
Name.
there, but it wasn't added till it was already popular.
You know,
I noted like
like
it was already like people are already talking about Demon Slayer, then it got added to Netflix, which I'm sure
yeah,
upped it.
like the only okay, it beat Spirited Away, Your Name, and Howl's Moving Castle, right? And they're the other three right under it. And those three are standalone anime. They're not part of a series. So it's
Yeah, dude, the fucking series is a killer, man.
yeah. So
They
we're
knocked
probably
it
gonna
out of
be
the
seeing more
park.
of this. Yeah, we're gonna be seeing a lot more of this. Um, and I'm glad they made a lot of money because
Because
they're
the show
gonna
was
of
movie
course
quality, so
yeah, we're gonna of course see them funnel this money into the anime. So we're gonna be seeing some great animation because Demon Slayer has that type of um water art or water. I don't know how to describe it whenever they're doing their attacks, but it's
Watermark,
really not
not
like
watermark. The
water painting,
Yes, I know what you're
whatever
talking
it's called.
about. The
Yeah.
cheap dyes that you buy at the store,
No. Like
watercolors.
watercolor. Yeah, there you go. Water dyes.
Water lives. That's definitely
Water,
watercolor.
water, water, and water, and water, and water. Yeah, but I'm so hyped for the second season whenever that comes out.
I was hyped
Um,
without the movie, but I want to see what happens even more now.
yeah, I kind of want to see if they put out like an episode zero or they're gonna do like a 3 minute recap of the movie. Well, but maybe they'll just release the movie to everyone like right before the season two comes out.
The
They might do that.
Blu-ray, I don't see how they would release it. Maybe Netflix is like, give us the rights. We want it. So they're gonna
I mean,
fight
don't.
over it, dude. The streaming services are gonna fight over
Oh,
the right to see it.
oh yeah, that's true,
I'm
right?
pretty sure it's just gonna go to Netflix because they already have Demon Slayer on there.
Maybe it might go to Netflix, might go to Hulu, might go to what's that other streaming service I forgot about? Crunchyroll,
Paramount
might go
Plus,
to
Peacock, WWE
uh,
Network, which is now on Peacock.
what's that uh who just bought Crunchyroll? Samsung, right?
Sony.
Or
You told me it was
who?
Sony, right?
Uh
Like PlayStation Sony?
oh, Sony bought Crunchyroll?
That's who you told me it was.
Let me double check.
By the
Yeah,
way,
it is Sony.
Rotten
So I
Tomatoes
can see
says
something.
100% on here.
What?
Rotten Tomatoes 99% for audience score, 5,000 plus ratings.
Wow, that's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Like, but like for us, we do have to like take a step back and look at that, the whole like the movie as a whole. Like people who rate it, I bet you like right after they got out of the movie theater, they're like perfect, 100%.
Well, they're
Like
supporting an anime movie. You gotta support it. Like Mortal Kombat movie, 88%. And for me, I like that movie better than Demon Slayer because I saw it the day before.
I did watch the movie. It was alright. It wasn't that.
You saw
It
Mortal
felt
Kombat?
fair. Like yeah, I saw Mortal Kombat. It just felt very like whatever. I don't want to.
It was
I
a lot of
This is a
Easter eggs,
spoiler.
dude.
This is a spoiler for
Mortal
Demon Slayer,
Kombat.
not for Mortal Kombat. So we're
We gotta do a separate episode for Mortal Kombat. Nah, never. Just
all
we'll
right.
watch
Yeah,
both. Good
yeah,
movies.
but yeah, definitely go watch the movie. That's all we really gotta go. Like I highly like recommend you go watch the movie if you still have time. Um, well, this episode will be coming out probably the 26th, I guess. So you still, if you're listening to this on the 26th, you still have till Thursday at the latest, the 29th, to go watch the movie. So go watch the movie. Maybe let us know what you think about it. Besides that, anything else you want to talk about,
Buy
James?
5 buckets of popcorn. Support that anime goodness movie theaters.
Especially if you're going to AMC, buy 10 buckets of popcorn so I can have more stocks.
Yeah.
All right. Besides that, I guess that's it. We'll catch you guys later. Bye.